Dude,
What's up, Marty?
how much? I just remembered about this, so just got on. So I don't know how many people will be on, but what did we finally come up with that conversation we had on Saturday or whatever day? I can't remember what day it was.
Meeting about the interpretation?
Yeah.
That was it. Whatever we said at the end.
You did hear back from did you hear back from
Albert, yep, I did.
yeah. Okay. Is that something that I have to change? It's in the NFHA handbook, so I'm just wondering if I have to do anything different.
Nope, that's the rule.
Okay. Did that get done by John? Did he actually do that in that match? Or that dual meet? Or was he just asking if he could or couldn't?
Ahead of time. It didn't come into play.
Okay,
I let him know after the meeting too that was the interpretation.
okay. I think I'm gonna know a lot of these. I know the coaches from here, but I don't know a lot of the other coaches.
Yeah, I'll take attendance in a minute. So
Matt,
good evening, everybody. This is Todd Nelson, Assistant Director with the State Athletic Association. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to give people about 4 or 5 more minutes to join us, and then we'll get started with attendance. And then our hope is to go through the championship operations packet, answer any questions they might have. And we're all looking forward to hosting you this weekend for the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Dual Meet State Championships. So thank you for being here, and we'll get started in a little bit.
Yeah, state meeting. Yeah, we see, supposed to talk about Friday. You all right?
Marty Sherman,
Yes.
I just sent you an important email.
Okay, that's a good one. Sounds good. Send that to Matt.
I was gonna have you send it to Matt.
I don't want to do it off my phone. You do it.
I was doing it off my phone.
Okay, I can do it.
It'll give him something to look forward to.
It's not, I don't think I'm allowed to do it. Oh, I can.
Hey, everybody. Good evening. It's 7 o'clock. We're going to get started here. My name is Todd Nelson. I'm the Assistant Director with the State Athletic Association. I'm going to start off with a quick attendance. I do want to let everybody know that this meeting is being recorded. We will have this posted on our website on the wrestling landing page. So if you do have any questions and you missed something, you can go back and review it. If there is someone that wasn't able to attend tonight, they can also go and review this recording as well. But let me just start in Division 1. If you are here, please unmute yourself and say here. We're going to start with Minnesink Valley. Anybody from Briarcliff?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Niagara Wheatfield. Long Beach. Webster Schrader.
Here.
West Genesee.
Here.
Farmingdale. Shenendahoa.
Farmingdale's here.
Rockport.
Farmingdale's here.
Thank you. Shenendahoa is here?
No,
Okay. Rockport. Horseheads. Saratoga. Sachem North.
Here.
Great. We go on to Division 2. John Glenn.
Here.
Chautauqua Lake. Peru.
Here.
Seaford.
Here.
Udatego. Nanuet.
here,
Plain Edge.
Here.
Sherburne Illborough.
Here.
Port Jervis.
Here.
Gouverneur. Salem Cambridge.
Here.
And Wayne.
Here.
Excellent. Anyone that has joined us since I started attendance from Division 1 or Division 2?
Minnesink Valley's here.
Thank you very much.
I see Long Beach now. He's on.
Okay, thank you. Is Brad Hamer on the call?
I am.
Thank you, Brad. I also want to introduce, well, first of all, I'll introduce Brad Hamer. Brad Hamer is going to be your tournament director for this upcoming weekend. So you'll hear a lot of stuff from Brad as we go through the championship operations packet. I'd also like to introduce Marty Sherman, who is our wrestling state chairperson, does a great job running this committee, has been around wrestling for many more years than I'd like to mention. So we also have several coordinators on here. I see John Wisniewski from Section 2, Matt DiVincenzo from Section 11, Jeff Kilty from Section 9, John Mankiewicz from Section 8, Brad Hamer, obviously, from Section 3. Any other coordinators? Now, Rob Wukitwitz from Section 7. Any other coordinators I'm missing? I have a lot of people on my screen. And from our office, I'd also, I see Lexi Swat is on the call. She's our Director of Communications.
Hi.
Joe Altieri, one of our assistant directors, he will be in attendance this weekend, but unfortunately was not able to make this meeting because his father is just had knee replacement surgery, so he's tending to his father. So anyone else from our office staff that I don't see on here? I don't think Kristen Jaden is on. And I don't believe Chris Joyce is on. So what we'd like to do is we're going to go through the championship operations packet. John,
Yeah,
did you have
I want to
something?
let you know Saratoga is now on.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that. So we're going to go through the championship operations packet. Myself and Lexi will address certain items. And then Brad will also, key on you to answer certain questions and address certain things. Is that okay, Brad?
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. So obviously this weekend will be the championships at the SRC Arena, which is on the Onondaga Community College campus. They've been hosting our championship since it was formed. We will be selling admission tickets. Please let your spectators and fans know that this is a cashless event. Tickets are $12. That includes the fees. You can buy it. There's a link in the championship operations packet through GoFan to purchase tickets. If they do not have tickets when they arrive, we will be able to sell them tickets as long as they have a debit card or credit card. They can buy tickets. Your bus drivers will get in free of charge. We will not charge them. And so that is the information on tickets. Anybody have any questions on ticketing? Okay, we're on the coach's Zoom meeting right now. CP Sportswear, our official sports merchandiser, will be in attendance this weekend. They will be in attendance at practice on Friday from 2:30 to 7. They will be set up down on the floor for student and athletes and coaches to purchase t-shirts, sweatshirts, any other merchandise that they have there for sale. And then they will be there during the tournament on Saturday. Submitting team rosters and photos, that's all been taken care of. The media guide will be on our website. It should be up either first thing tomorrow or sometime tomorrow.
It is
You'll be
up
able to
already,
see the
Todd.
media.
It's already
It
up.
is up. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So the media guide is up and ready. If you have any issues, I know I got 2 requests today to correct the spelling and to add a student athlete to it. If you have any corrections, please email me directly and we will get that taken care of. That is one of the benefits of having a digital program. We can usually make those corrections very quickly. Entrance to the facility and team bus parking. I have I'm going to share my screen right now. Let's see. And then I'm going to turn it over to Brad. Can you see my screen there, Brad?
No, but, oh yeah, now I can.
Okay. So would you like to kind of address the team entrance and parking and stuff at SRC?
Sure. So, as you look at it, most of you will come in from the front. So you'll be, approaching it, going by the large parking lot that I have marked D. That's for spectator parking. Buses are going to go all the way around to the back, down by the letter B, and then up through, and you're going to enter the door by letter C, which is right behind the stadium bleachers, the outside turf field stadium bleachers. Want you to enter that door Friday for practice and Saturday morning for weigh-ins. Spectators, like I said, they'll park in the big parking lot out front and enter by letter E. Any questions?
And after they get dropped off, their buses will park in lots
B.
B.
Correct. Yep. There's plenty of parking.
Yep. Any questions from any of the coaches or the schools? Okay. School gate list. This is a team event, so your school gate list were to be sent in to Kristen. Those individuals that are on your school gate list, what that gets them is a free admission into the event. It does not give them floor access. Only individuals with proper credentials and badges will get access to the floor. If you have an administrator or someone that's on your gate list, they will enter in entrance E, where the spectators enter. There'll be a table there where they will get checked in, and they will be allowed free admission into the arena. Any questions or comments regarding that?
So Todd,
Yes, sir.
can I jump in?
You can.
So I appreciate all the coaches or athletic directors sending me their bench list. I've put together packets for each team with the badges for the athletes and the coaches. And those teams that are coming to the arena for practice on Friday, you'll receive your credentials then. The teams that are coming in and going directly to the hotel will make arrangements and get the credentials to the hotel. If you have questions about that, let me know. But basically, the head coach will get a badge that says coach on it. Assistant coaches or scorekeepers will get a badge that says team. And then the athletes, the wrestlers get a badge that says athlete. And there are enough for the numbers that you reported. And like I said, you'll get those, teams will get those when they come into practice on Friday. Thank you.
Any questions regarding badges? Lexi will be able to help us as well. If you have a trainer, a certified athletic trainer that is coming with you, we will have badges for them at the site when you arrive. They are specific to medical. We want to make sure the medical personnel is easily identified if there is an incident. So those badges will not be in your packet that Brad just talked about. We will give those to you when you arrive at the arena.
There are
Any-
a couple.
Go ahead, Brad.
There are a couple teams, Todd, that put their athletic trainer on their bench list.
Yep. And we will get them a badge when they arrive.
Okay.
Any questions from any of the coaches or teams? Okay. We will be giving out awards at this event. Obviously, we'll be giving each team a first, second, third, or fourth, or semifinalist plaque. If you make it to the finals, each team will be awarded a plaque and medals for first and second place. We will have the awards after the semifinal match. We will be giving out the semifinalist plaque. And then after the finals match, we will be giving out the finalist and state championship plaque. You were asked to give a sportsmanship award, which I believe you all gave to Marty Sherman. And we will be giving those sportsmanship award winners. You'll get a t-shirt prior to the opening ceremonies, I believe. And those kids will be wearing those t-shirts out onto the floor when all the athletes and teams are announced.
They should lead the team out.
There you go. Yes. Thank you. Team hotels. Hopefully you've made all your arrangements for team hotels. Joe Altieri in our office takes care of that. If there's any questions or anything, please let us know. Does anyone have any issues with team hotels at this moment? Okay. Team supervision. We do expect your teams to be well supervised during this championship, and that is your school's responsibility. So whether you're bringing another supervisor with you, you can do that. Or if you have an assistant coach or someone else that is going to take care of the team supervision, please let us know in case there are any issues. Brad, do you want to kind of talk about the bench area and how many are going to be on? John Wisnowski, yes, sir.
Could you go back to the hotels a second, Todd?
Sure. We do have Joe Altieri is now on the call. He just joined us. He just sent me a text. So if you have a question, go ahead.
The DoubleTree. I believe Linda's number is really 2203. That's the number I get her at.
Joe, I
thank
don't
you.
know if you go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, thank you for the update. I don't know if that was on someone else typing it in and it was a typo or it was on us, but we'll get that corrected.
Yeah, that number's been there for the last several years. I found
Okay.
out when I called that one, that 03 worked better.
We'll update it. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, Brad, I don't know if you want to kind of talk about the bench area and how many athletes are allowed during the matches down on the bench area and what the rest of the team will be doing.
Yeah, as you can imagine, it's a little bit crowded on the floor. We're going to put 15 chairs in each corner, but we'd appreciate it if you have some individuals that you're bringing with you that you're not going to use in a match, especially the first round. If you could have them just stay up and sit up in the bleachers. And certainly if you make the semifinals, whatever student athletes you have with you, you bring them down and they can be with you, with your team. But if you have, more than 20, 18 or 20 kids, there's just not enough room for all those kids in the corner. So again, if you could just have the kids that you plan to use in the dual meet on the floor with you, that would be better. And appreciate the cooperation.
Thank you, Brad. There are hotels that we do business with. We don't have any blocks or anything there. But if some of your parents need hotels, these are some recommendations of hotels that we've worked with in the past, so that they can have some options to them. Practice, Brad, I believe everything's all been taken care of. Practice from 2:30 to 7.
Yes. Yep. The 2:30 to 4:00. There's a lot of room in that one. If anybody wants to come early, the 5:30 to 7:00 block will be crowded, and we'll have to have teams share a mat. But I think we can make it work. And you'll get one mat to work out on.
Okay. Any questions about practice times? Okay.
Practice is not, I thought practice was 4:00 or 5:30. It's 2:30 or 5:30?
I have 3 sessions, 2:30 to 4, 4 to 5:30, and 5:30 to 7.
Gotcha. Yep, perfect. Okay, thank you.
So I have communicated mainly with the section coordinators on the practices, but hopefully I'll send out a schedule to the coordinators so that they have it and they can pass it on to the coaches.
Any more questions on practices? Okay. Weigh-ins will take place at 7:00 between 7 and 8 at Allen Hall Gym. Brad, you want to kind of talk about the procedure for that?
Yep. So again, you're going to come in that back door in the corner. When you come in, you're going to go right up the stairs that are immediately on your right. Go down the hall, keep going straight. There'll be signs, but you're going to go all the way down and go in the gym. There'll be 6 scales set up. The bleachers will be out so you can sit or have someplace to put, the kids have someplace to put their bags while they're weighing in. And we'll have officials at each scale to do the skin checks. And you should be bringing your own weigh-in sheet from track wrestling. I think all of you got the email from Jeff Kilty that explained that. And then once you're done with weighing in, you can go out into the arena.
Questions regarding weigh-ins? Okay, we
Our
do
skin
allow
check-
go ahead.
Are skin checks happening at weigh-ins also?
That's
Yes.
yeah, at weigh-ins. Right in front of the scale, just like they do in Albany.
Any other questions regarding weigh-ins?
Todd, I just want to mention that just so the new coaches that haven't been there, that weigh-ins are done by the teams. You know, they go in, it's not weight classes, it's by the
Right.
team.
Thank you, Matt. Any other questions regarding weigh-ins? Okay, we do allow signs and banners as long as they're hung and they don't interfere with, number one, with any patron safety or any mechanical systems, and they do not interfere with any NYSPHSAA banners that are already hung. So just let your community members and your fans know that. Your team belongings, we are not responsible for lost items. Please make sure that nothing of extreme value is brought to this event. And if there is anything of value, please make sure your athletes are taking care of their own belongings. We are not responsible for their belongings when they get here. So athletic trainer, we will have an athletic trainer. We'll have 2 athletic trainers all day for the competition on Saturday. As of this moment right now, we have not secured an athletic trainer for practices. We have scoured the Syracuse area for a trainer. We have actually put notices out across the state as well. So as of right now, we do not have an athletic trainer there for practice. If we don't have an athletic trainer there, obviously you as coaches are responsible for the care of your student athletes. Obviously, EMT services are on campus. If we do have some type of medical emergency, we will be able to call them right away. On Saturday, when you come, if you have an athlete that has a pre-existing condition that needs to be taped, you are responsible as a school district to provide the tape and pre-wrap. Our trainers will not provide the tape and pre-wrap for pre-existing conditions. Obviously, if something happens during the course of the tournament and your athlete needs to be taped, then our athletic trainers will take care of that. But just know if you need to be taped prior to the competition beginning, please provide that tape and pre-wrap. Any questions on that? Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Lexi Swat Sheeran in our office. She's going to talk about the press and media.
Thanks, Todd. So I've heard from a few teams and or your athletic director, but for your team appointed photographers and videographers, each team is afforded one of each, one photographer, one videographer. I need to hear from either you, the head coach, or your athletic director as to who's going to represent your team. That makes it a lot easier instead of hearing from that photographer, because I'll just use football as an example. I had one team that I had heard from 4 or 5 different people trying to get credentials for 2 or 3 different people. So when it comes to your team photographers, they are directly associated with your program. So obviously 2 is a lot more manageable than 15, because if something happens and we need help from either the head coach or athletic director, you know exactly who we're talking about and you can help us address any kind of situation. So I need to hear again from either the athletic director or the head coach as to who your photographer and or your videographer will be. Another thing that we also ask, especially with this championship, because we ran into an issue last year, please let your photographers, give them like a quick preface, even if it's like right when you get there, of where they are and are not allowed to be when it comes to covering the event. I do that kind of I make that point too. But last year there was a photographer that needed 3 or 4 separate conversations to be had that ended up resulting in, it's either you listen to us or you get kicked out. And obviously nobody wants to have that conversation because that's not fun, and we're here to have fun for the student athletes. If you have a local outlet that is following your program that will be traveling to SRC Arena and they already have the annual NYSPHSAA pass, which they would know about, just let them know that they can enter like any other event they've come into. If there's someone that doesn't have an annual pass, please let them to head in through the front gate. Reach out to me for a direct, like a newspaper or a TV station. Have them reach out to me, let me know what outlet they're representing, and then I can gladly get them set up with a media credential as well as a place to sit so they can get their work done. Does anybody have any questions?
Lexi, can you go over the broadcasting and streaming?
I absolutely can. So Jeff Howard with Track Wrestling will also be working with Flow Sports, who the NFHS network uses to stream our events. So this event will be streamed on the NFHS network via Track Wrestling, which you should, assuming you're already familiarized with it by now, if you're using it for other purposes of the event as well. For the first rounds, there will not be any announcers. For the semifinals, there will not be announcers. For the finals matches, there will be announcers at each mat, Division I and Division II. They are, I don't know them personally, but I've been told the people that have been hired are familiar with New York wrestling. So there'll be people that are knowledgeable in the sport and from what I've been told are excited for the event. That's all I have in terms of network. And just to kind of piggyback off of any spellings or missing, I don't know, maybe the weight class is incorrect on the media guide, please let Todd know as soon as possible so I can help get that fixed on our website. And that's it.
Thank you, Lexi. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Joe Altieri, are you still on? Can you address the tournament photographer for us?
Sir, congratulations, all the coaches and athletic directors. Thank you for jumping on tonight. But there will be an official photographer there. Beyond the print, David Williams will be the guy. If you're interested in pictures, you could reach out to him. He'll have a link on our website at the end of the tournament. And just going to piggyback on what Lex was talking about regarding streaming. If you could inform your community that live streaming from Facebook and other platforms is not permitted, and we do notice those things that go on and ask individuals to shut them down since NFHS and Track Wrestling work together for exclusive streaming rights. Any questions on photography? Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. So we kind of talked about before too, spectators and crowd control. If there is an administrator on site, we would like to know that. They can come up and introduce any one of our staff members that are there. In case we have an issue with someone in the crowd, it's much easier and it works a little bit more efficiently if someone from the school can address it with a particular spectator instead of someone they're not familiar with, trying to address the situation. So if you have administrators there, please let us know. We are very hopeful that there's no need for that, but you never know. It's better be safe than sorry. We already talked about spectator parking in the front of the SRC arena. Protests and appeals. So we do have a protest committee that will be at the championship. You can only protest and appeal a misapplication of a rule. If there is a misapplication of a rule, you can talk to the official, if the head official on the mat. If you're not satisfied with their explanation of the rule, you can appeal it. Our appeals committee will come in. They'll listen to you as the coach. They'll listen to what the head referee has to say, and then they're going to deliberate have a brief deliberation, and they will make the final determination. Once that determination is made, it is final. There is no right to a further appeal or anything. And please remember, the most important thing is you can only appeal a misapplication of a rule. If it is a judgment call by the official, that cannot be appealed. That will not be heard. There is no protest allowed for a judgment call by the official. That is final. Any questions regarding protest or appeals? Okay, here's the championship format. We talked about the weigh-ins. Doors will open. You can tell your spectators doors will be open at 7:30 in the morning. We will have opening ceremonies. Division 1, you'll line up in one corner. We'll tell you where that's going to be. Division 2, you line up in the opposite corner. The first round, all 8 mats will be used. That'll be at 9 a.m. Second round will start at 10:30 with 8 mats. Third round, 12 o'clock with 8 mats. And then the semifinals will be on 4 mats with the awards to follow. And then the finals ceremonies will begin at 4:45 and the finals beginning at 5. Okay. We will not start any round any earlier than what is posted on the schedule. Okay. And we will not start any round until all teams and matches have been completed. So we will all start together for every round.
Todd,
Yes.
excuse me, this is Brad again. Just
Yes.
another reminder, after the semifinal matches, all the teams need to stay on the mat, in the mat area for the award ceremony after the semifinals. And I know that the teams that lose in the semis, that's the last thing they want to do, but we ask that you stay there to accept your semifinalist plaque.
Thank you, Brad.
Todd,
Yes, sir.
I've been asked by some coaches, will there, if and when will a weight class be drawn to start? Are we doing drawing the starting weight class or just starting
No,
at 101?
we'll draw it before the weigh-ins, John.
Before the weigh-ins? Okay,
Yep.
that's what I was asked. I couldn't remember. Thanks, Brad.
Yep.
That question is definitely above my pay grade. So here you've received these
Todd,
schedules.
Todd,
Yes,
this is
sir.
real quick. Saratoga asked him, and I'd asked Brad this, and I didn't know the answer. If they have a bye in the first round, is there a place they can warm up? Are they going to be able to use that gym, or is that out of the question?
No,
Okay.
after weigh-ins, they set it up for, they probably have,
Basketball, yeah, okay.
so no, I'm sorry.
There'll be some mats in the corner, right,
Yeah.
Matt, Brad?
Yeah,
Just some strips of mats.
there'll be some sections of mat. Yes,
Yep, that they can stretch and warm up and
right.
and over there. We will have 12 of the finest officials in New York State working this event. We very much appreciate the work that the New York State Wrestling Officials Association has put in here. They will have their executive committee there as well, evaluating the officials. So we're very pleased that we have the 24 best teams in New York State, and we have 12 of the best officials in New York State working with us. Oh, do we need this? I don't know, Brad, if you want to go over, or is this part of the selection for the at-large, the tiebreaker?
Well, you just went too fast. I don't know what you,
All right,
I'm on my phone, Todd. So that's
all right.
You gotta go down a little bit.
go
You don't
down.
need that.
Right here?
Yes,
This is about pool play.
yes, that's if
Yeah.
all 3 teams go 1-1. And I think most coaches have dealt with that in other dual meet tournaments, but that's what we use.
Okay. Don't need any of that. Large criteria. Whoops, I'm going too fast. I apologize.
No, that's all selection.
Yep. So I don't think we did any of that. We already talked about that pool, right? Breaker.
Yep.
And these are our forms. So I think we're all set with that. Does any coach or team have any questions that myself or the staff or Brad or Marty could answer at this time?
Hi, this is Mike from Webster Schrader. I just wanted to confirm that just because our weather, we've had wind advisories up here. We had a weather warning yesterday. I just wanted to confirm, and I was wondering the communication process, if anybody expects a school closure. In the event of a school closure, is there an additional pound? And what's the process for communicating that?
Number one, correct me if I'm wrong, Marty, and Brad, but I don't believe there's any pound allowance for any of the state championships
Postseason, none.
for postseason. So there is not going to be any pound allowance. If there is a delay or a postponement of any nature, that decision will be made by the NYSPHSAA office. And that decision would be communicated to the sections through the section executive director and the section coordinators to communicate with the schools. But no decision will be made unless it's made by Dr. Zayas and the NYSPHSAA office. I believe that weather-wise in central New York, from what I watched tonight, I kind of live in the central New York area, we should be fairly clear. So we're not anticipating any issues coming in. So we are anticipating, it's a go. But if there is some issue that we have to address, the communication will come from the NYSPHSAA office. Any other questions?
Todd, I'm just doing a quick check because something clicks in my mind that we changed that additional pound rule for postseason a few years ago.
It was just for the class or the sectional tournament, I believe, John.
That's what I wanted to just double check. I remember, I know with the class tournaments, it was done. But that's something you could always send out.
Yes. Yeah, we can check that, make
if
sure.
If needed.
Right.
Any other questions or comments? Anything, Brad, you'd like to add at this time?
No, looking forward to it. Mats are being delivered in the morning, tomorrow morning, and the mats will be set up on Friday morning. So we'll be ready to go.
Anything from the office staff, Joe or Lexi?
Todd, on that photographer, last year, we asked him not to sit on the mats with that chair. Is that, where did he wind up doing? Just from the outside, taking pictures, or how's that gonna work?
He can be inside the crowd as long as he's not on the mat.
Okay, good. That's what because I
We
think
can talk
last
to him
year,
again.
I
Yep.
think last year they had a chair out there, and I just, we've already gone through one time where we don't want to have that happen again. Okay, I just brought that up.
Marty, it's a new photographer this year, so we'll work with him. He's very easy to work with.
Yeah.
So
We'll tell him what to do.
Photographer.
Well, that Brad can talk to. I just remember that was a situation, and then we did have a couple mats ruined at our state tournament this year. I think it cost the office quite a bit of money, but just thought I'd bring that up.
I've got a quick note for the coaches in terms of if you have any managers or younger elementary, middle school age students that are coming with your team. If you don't have enough team badges, because they are still students, they can have athlete badges. So don't feel like you can't provide those badges to those members of your team. And that's it.
Yeah, just a reminder that no adult should be wearing an athlete badge at any of our state championships. They have no more eligibility left in high school. They can't be an athlete. Even John Mankiewicz. Still looks like he's in high school, but he's got no more eligibility.
Super senior.
Anybody have anything else? Best of luck to you this weekend. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to your coordinators or the NYSPHSAA staff. We're happy to host you this weekend, and we're looking forward to it. And if Brad Hamer, if you're still on, can you stay on for 1 second?
1 second, yes.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you. See you
See you
Friday.
Friday.
Thanks.